Hello everyone and welcome back to Uncharted 1 Drake's Fortune. In the last part we finished up pretty much starting off the game, and now we're going to keep BSing our way through this, so let's go.
So, one thing I was always wondering, I was actually tended to just not call them by Uncharted 1, 2, and 3. I just called them by their subtitles. Drake's Fortune, Drake's Deception, and what was the third one?
Drake's Deception.
Drake, Uncharted 2 was
Honor Among Thieves.
Oh yeah. What do you think about those subtitles?
They work. 2's works, 1's works. 3 I don't really know. And
I think it had to do about I think that one is in regards to Francis Drake.
Well, yeah, I mean that's the Drake. That's the
yeah.
That like Drake's Fortune is talking about Sir Francis Drake's treasure and stuff he hid that we're gonna be exploring throughout this playthrough.
But what about Drake's Deception? Because I don't
in 3 there's mention of like how he hid the path to what was the Shangri-La's the second game. Aram of the Pillars, and stuff.
Yeah, here it is.
Okay, this is something that kind of like gets on my nerves at every playthrough I do of this game, is that you have to go into the journal to make it, let the game say, hey, now we can light this up, and this is really the only time in the entire game this gameplay mechanic comes into play.
I think it's supposed to be like like, you know, how with an adventurer would like actually be pulling up their research journal.
Which, unfortunately, Uncharted 1 doesn't really do that well. But Uncharted 2, and especially 3, I really love the journal in that. And Uncharted 2, when you do get to pull out the journal, if you actually flip back, you can see what Drake wrote down throughout this journey. And he's, like, doodled a bit on, like, pictures of him and Sully. And it's just really funny, I think.
Yeah, like, the only one I played is 3, and you actively use the journal to help solve puzzles.
Yeah,
okay.
and you also get to see, like, what things, how, like, some of the puzzles were solved, and Drake will write down exactly how he did it, which, again, I think is just a cool little thing.
Actually, sounds pretty neat. Actually, like I said, like it's the idea of, you know, an adventurer having like their own little like pocketbook, and using like the things that they've written down for hints.
I don't remember if 4 does that as much, though.
I will say, you know, that of going back to the journals and seeing what Nathan's written actually reminds me, in Final Fantasy XIV, there's something like that. If for the journal entries in the relating to the Dark Knight job quests for Heavensward, as well as the job quest for the expansion for Stormblood. It's really tongue-in-cheek, and it actually gives a lot of hints as to what's really going on for the job quest.
Now, this is something that is a bit kind of meh about some of the puzzle solving in Uncharted 1, is that it outright tells you the answer for this. So, like, this is something that later Uncharted games, they would give you the hints to figure out the puzzle, but they didn't tell you the exact way to fix it. And later in the game, they kind of remedy that, but at the same time, it's just kind of like, there is one puzzle later on in the game that I actually really like, because it'll give you like the order of numbers you're supposed to follow to go along the correct path, but it doesn't tell you outright this is the exact path you're going to go. You know what I'm saying?
Kinda.
I don't know why, but with those pillars, those little like sort of podiums being raised, I don't know why, but I was thinking of like the final scene in The Fifth Element.
I've never seen The Fifth Element. I get reminded of
You have not seen many movies, my dude.
No, I haven't, and I'm a radio, television, film major, by the way.
Oh boy.
I'm a Japanese weeaboo who can't get enough of Nekopara and donated $30 to the OVA, which was fantastic, by the way. No, but in all serious though, like I will say I do have interest in some movies. I just never have like the motivation to watch them. That's generally like why I just don't like 2-hour movies. Will just bore the ever living shit out of me if something's not happening. Which is why I'm shocked the Assassin's Creed movie that I watched a few days ago. I actually ended up liking the entire time. Like I was visually entertained and
Really?
interested in what was going on.
Oh, that definitely would be a good movie come to do for discussion, because for me,
Yeah,
like
that's
for
why I
my
was suggesting it earlier.
yeah, like my big problem with it is it just seemed too inconsequential. Like even when stuff was happening, it didn't really have any significance to it, if that made sense.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's also just because, like, at the time of this recording, I've been going on a massive...
You were in Assassin's Creed. You were sort of in Assassin's Creed fanboy mode.
No, I wouldn't even.
Well,
really
not
say
not
fanboy
I'm
mode.
exaggerating on fanboy mode, but
Yeah, but like I've been binging the entire series, starting with 1 and then working my way through 3, and then I've just recently jumped the Syndicate, getting ready to go back to Liberation. So to get to see the movie and stuff, like I know how these games are structured usually story-wise, and that's kind of what I got out of the movie. It just felt like
my big problem for me is
Assassin's
it
Creed
just
story.
kept cutting back to Abstergo too much.
Well, to me,
Like,
there were some scenes that I didn't
It was
really like.
kind of like the opposite of Assassin's Creed, because
The thing with Assassin's Creed is that is like
no one
the
gives a
really
shit
cool
about the
shit is
Abstergo.
happening in the back. Like the stuff with Abstergo in the real world. That's the shit. That's the interest. That's like the for a time. That was the cool stuff that was happening in the background.
Well, the thing is, no one gives a shit about Abstergo.
The movie was really trying to replicate the first game more than anything. I mean, right down to the Apple of Eden and shit.
Yeah, but the thing is, they were more. The problem is for a lot of like they were jump cutting back to Abstergo too often.
I like the portions where you got to see like how the Animus worked in that movie, and no joke, like that was one of my favorite parts of the film was just getting to see how the Animus worked.
Yeah,
Also,
but
I love this section. I don't know why. I just really love this section.
For me, the problem is that the Animus, it's interesting that they're moving around, but at the same time, it just kept cutting back and just.
That may as well be the theme of this series.
No. I mean, that's what it is.
Wait, did you
Yes, he did.
That's the Wait, was that Metroid Prime escape scene?
No, it was Metroid Other M.
It sounded like the escape theme for what was it? When you in Prime 1 when you're escaping the Orphean frigate.
No, dude, they sound entirely different.
It's been forever since I played Prime 1, being honest. But yeah, now I can hear it. That's definitely from Other M.
The best
I'm
song
guessing
in
that was the
entire
thing
game.
that you were laughing about earlier.
No. Yeah, more or less.
Okay.
My big problem...
Also, I want to pause you real quick, DC. This is something also I really want to give props to Uncharted 1, is that the foreshadowing it does with the whole story and exactly what El Dorado is in this game. I really love this cutscene in particular because the whole thing with it looks like the people are worshipping it. When you know what that actually is, that is an amazing like piece of detail in the story, and that's something that I unfortunately wish that hold on, I'm trying to word this right. I wish that the other Uncharted games did better, because that is awesome. You get to see like a bit of something that comes back later on. I remember seeing an interview with the cast of Uncharted 2 saying like, oh yeah, well when you remember this part of the game and we bring it back at this moment, you're like, oh yeah, I remember that. But nowhere else in the series I think is as good about doing it as that cutscene is. And I'm maybe
where they
praising
bring
that a
up
bit
the
more.
fact that El Dorado isn't
It's not a city.
It's
well,
not a
besides
city.
the Golden Man, but
because El Dorado I think that roughly translates to the one made of gold,
it's something like that, like or
the golden
Man.
one, the golden one.
Yeah. But what you call it?
Let me actually pull up. I'm actually trying to remember because Dorado. Dorado in English.
And unfortunately, in the PS4 version, you can really tell, like, them trying to hide the graphics at the time.
Okay, yeah, Dorado roughly translates to just golden. So like El, just like having the prefixture of El, that just means the golden, which can roughly just be translated to the golden one. So yeah, it kind of makes.
I mean, it's either singular or plural.
No.
Well, it's singular because there's no.
Yeah,
like,
if it's plural, it's Los Dorados.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
or yeah, it's been forever since I've taken Spanish.
Yeah, I never took Spanish.
Time to someone from Mexico.
Yeah. Look, I never took Spanish because the Spanish teacher in my high school he was a dick.
I just know that if it has an O in it, that means it's masculine.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, he was
generally it's O sets it as masculine, A sets it as feminine, but but the general rule of thumb is you look for the A for feminine, and that's it. There are some exceptions, but O always has always masculine.
Yeah.
So
I
A
mean,
is always.
we're talking when I took a Spanish class like almost 7 years ago now. So yeah, I also really like that little animation where Drake can't do that. I was showing it off again there. It just looks like a cat trying to grab something.
like, Is it funnier when it's Donut Drake?
Unfortunately, I don't even think that's in this game. That's not until Uncharted 2.
Oh, dang it.
Which I'll tell you right now, I did not use that cheat for Uncharted 2 because I have recorded Uncharted 2 up to the final boss. I just haven't done it yet.
Oh, you've already been recording Uncharted 2?
I recorded it pretty much right after this game, but I got a little bit burnt out, and then my PS4 died. I've got it replaced now, but I gotta play through all of Uncharted 2 again to get it back up to that point.
How the hell did your PS4 die?
I dropped it off my shelf.
Ouch!
On Thanksgiving, no less. It hit the hard drive on a hardwood floor, so yeah, that thing was dead.
Ouch.
I couldn't even boot it in safe mode.
Ow!
Oh well, I mean, I got. Well, the good thing is about this new one, besides it now being a 1 terabyte slim, I also got another controller with it too because it was $200 on Black Friday. So
yeah, I'm thinking of upgrading.
I essentially only paid like $150 for a new PS4, so that was pretty cool.
I'm thinking of at some point getting switching from my PS4 to a Slim for the 1 terabyte, or maybe even getting a.
You could just get like an external hard drive, and that'd fix you up. Really,
I have 2 external hard drives. They're still not big, and they're still not enough.
Mm-hmm. Well, then again, you do stuff more digitally, I imagine, than I do.
Well, not even that, because the problem, my biggest problem
There
with
is,
PS4 is digital doesn't mean shit when when the discs force installed themselves onto your hard drive.
Yeah.
So
yes.
Digital really has no meaning at all.
I think Sony specifically has been pretty awful with compression.
I think Microsoft's been worse.
Okay, again, like I said earlier, this is a really obvious spot.
Oh yeah, you're right. The problem with Sony is that they're late to the ball and expect.
Oh wow, that is bad popping.
Yeah, I mean, this looked impressive back in 2007,
it still looks impressive.
Yeah, it still looks good, but like when you see it on the PS4, you can
it's
really
the poppin',
see.
Yeah, it's kind of like Twilight Princess looked really good, but especially like with Twilight Princess HD, where they removed some of the fog, making everything a bit clearer. It kind of shows a lot of the technical shortcomings.
Also, this is one of my favorite tracks in the entire game.
Okay, I'm in.
I don't know why. I really like this little. Besides the submarine moment, which I really love, I love this little ambience and stuff.
U-boat?
Or U-boat, sorry.
Yeah, figured.
I really, really love this music track that plays in here.
Yeah, so like my biggest problem is like digital or not, you're still using up the same space for all your discs. So, because discs for the PS4 and Xbox One, they're not. And Microsoft's not exempt from this bitch fest. I hate the discs install themselves onto your hard drives. I hate it.
Yeah.
I would be
my...
fine if it were an option like it was back in the PS3 and 360, but the fact that it's mandatory pisses me off. That's why I That's why I hate the console version of Doom. Almost 200 gigs on my hard drive for Doom. That pissed me off. Like especially since, you know, with, you know, 500 gigs, that's not that much space for depending on what games you're
Why are
playing.
you only taking one, Nate? Take them all.
But I do.
That actually gets brought up in Uncharted 4 at the very end of the game.
Oh, really?
Not this specific,
But just a general
specific
act.
sequence. Yeah, but like something like that does happen. And actually in Uncharted 3 too, at the very end.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I do eventually plan to get a PS4 Pro.
I was gonna do it, but they weren't on sale. That's literally the only reason I didn't get one.
I mean, you know, trading in my PS4, that might save me a buck or two, but
$25.
well, actually,
If you take it to GameStop.
Well, I actually have the Uncharted 4 Special Edition PS4, the blue.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. That's the one my friend Joseph has.
Yeah, that I love the design for it. It's
I could probably get a pretty penny for my limited edition Halo 4 Xbox 360.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like especially if it's limited edition, like the Uncharted 4 PS4 or the Batman Arkham Knight PS4. You can get a pretty penny for those.
Also, another track I really, really love. I don't know why. I really like the use of the piano in this track.
I'm in the captain's quarters. Get this. He's still here.
What's that supposed to mean?
Looks like he was killed.
I'm sorry, I don't know why. I kind of like that line. And guess what? He's still here.
Way to go.
I mean, a lot of the Uncharted... I will say the script for Uncharted 1 is really B-movie.
Nolan North really sells the B-movie one-liners.
Yeah. I really wish he didn't cancel from Momocom a few years ago.
Well,
So-
he was sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
That
So
made
what
me
you should be
sad,
saying is
though.
you hope he didn't get sick. You wish he didn't get sick.
That too. If I'm gonna be straight up honest, I can't lie. I mean, I'm gonna just be selfish about that.
Yeah, dude, same. It would have been great to see him. You know, I'm fucking pissed. Matt Mercer went 2 years in a row, and I didn't manage to get a single autograph because I was just too busy with panels and shit.
That's why I quit doing these autograph. Well, that's one of the reasons I quit doing autograph collecting, just because it's a really big investment. I just tell people don't even bother.
It's especially
now.
a pain in the ass when you're trying to do when you're trying to go to panels, because that's the main reason I go to cons, for panels. Autographs are just a plus.
For me, that was just a thing I collected, but kind of gotten out of that now.
I'm holding you to your Facebook post. That A was the last one that you're gonna be super serious about.
More or less,
autographs.
like I'm getting ready to go to another convention in about 2 weeks, and like I'm more interested in talking to one of the ADR script writers that are going there. Now I can't remember if you actually have. I can't remember actually if that's just a regular cutscene where he's running, or if you have to press up. Because I want to say it's
You
actually
just still hold up naturally, or instinctively.
I guess. Oh, and fun fact, this guy right here, Navarro, on the left right here, that is voiced by Travis Touchdown.
Huh.
Oh, Robin Atkin Downs.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, who's this guy in white? His voice sounds familiar.
See, your friend owes me money, Mr. Drake.
I don't know. Honestly, this is one of the worst villains in the entire fucking series. I really hate this guy.
Because it doesn't seem like... Because it's just like, oh god, you boring fuck.
Yeah.
I like that. I like
the best villain in the entire series is 2 and 4 easily.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm always a sucker for like the British businessman.
Oh, you'd love 3!
Yep, you would love 3.
No, you...
Okay, so this guy's bugging me. What's his voice? Who's voicing him?
That might compensate for all this unpleasantness.
Oh, what's this guy's name?
I don't know. I can't remember. I never remember this guy.
Boring McFuckerton.
Yeah.
What does a Kriegsmarine map have to do with El Dorado?
Oh yeah, you can hear that's Robin.
Coincidence? The Germans were after the same treasure. That map.
Fun fact, he's also the voice of Tenzin in Uncharted 2.
So,
Yep.
we square.
He's also the medic in Team Fortress 2.
But just in case you need a reminder.
Now, I never understood this, where he wants to make a lesson, but he kills Sully here. I don't get that.
Or shoots.
You don't know that.
I've played the other games.
Yeah, it's like, wait, so Sully's dead for the rest of the game. He just comes back in 2?
Yeah, he's a zombie.
Yeah, Robin Atkin Downs is the voice of Navarro. Wait,
No, I had-
wait. Is the British guys? Question: the British.
Well, guys, I want to thank you so much for watching our Uncharted playthrough. I hope you had as much fun as I did. I love this game. I highly recommend it for those of you who have never tried anything past the Jack and Daxter
You
series.
dumbass.
So, we'll see you guys next time.